What up, friends? How are you doing? I hope all is well out there in the world. I hope your day is going good. Um, and you all are in high spirits. Sorry, I've been MIA, but I just been so tired lately. But excuse me. So I thought today I would talk about Thanksgiving. Okay. Yes, I'm aware we are on stolen land. I know, I know. But for all my life, I've always celebrated Thanksgiving before I knew anything about that. So I do apologize for that. I don't want to be insensitive to anybody. I do understand that. But I have a couple funnies that I wanted to talk about because me being Mexican, excuse me, a lot of people ask me, okay, because I used to work in like the hospitality for a long time. Business. Okay, so a lot of my friends from other states would come. Not friends, not literally friends, but I would just say like friends, like people. Okay, people would come from other states, and they would come, and you had to talk to them and stuff like that. I was a lot, did a lot of customer service. They needed to know where to go. Okay, so um, a lot of times, and this is the most popular thing I was ever asked by people from out of state up north. This is what they would ask me. First of all, they didn't know I spoke English. They didn't know we speak English over here. And this is no disrespect. I'm not disrespecting. I thought it was cute. My uncle had was Uncle Wayne. My uncle had a friend who was Uncle Wayne, who used to. He swore we were on caballos down here, and we were on dirt roads. He was from Wisconsin. No, not Wisconsin. No, no, no. He was from Seattle. Um, so his first time over here, the first time he ever came down south, because a lot of the times they usually don't come down to Texas. A lot this is coming from him. This now I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about this is my uncle's friend. I'm not talking for everybody, okay? This is what he told me between like him, his friends. Okay, a lot of people don't come to Texas, okay? So they weren't aware that there are paved roads and houses down here. Okay. They didn't know that we speak English down here. And actually, a lot of my Mexican friends who live up north, who live up there like all the time, they come down to Texas, they freak out because there's a lot of Mexicans that don't know Spanish. So it's actually the opposite of what everybody thinks, okay? So I'm wondering if maybe that's why people don't come because they're thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to not gonna be able to conversate with the people," you know, because language barrier is a big thing, So I thought that was funny. But the most popular thing that I'm always asked by these people when I was working at hotels or whatever was how long have you been here? Okay, and that's not. I used to be like, what? I used to be very disrespectful when I was younger. I used to be like, what the fuck you mean? Like, what are you talking about? But now that I'm older, I don't get offended. Okay, I don't get offended anymore. I haven't been offended since my 20s because that's how much I'm asked that. It's how long you been here, and and even people that are from Mexico say that. So it's not offensive because they're curious. They want to know how long you been here. Like maybe their first generation here in America, and they want to know how long you been here. Like like where's your family from? That's what they ask. They want to know what part of Mexico you're from. That's when when people from Mexico ask that. Okay, and then the people from up north, they just want to know, like, how long did you get here? Like, have you always been here? Like, but they don't mean it disrespectfully. They're just curious, okay? So if anybody asks that, don't get offended. I used to be a little hothead, in my 20s. So I used to get offended, you know, but I don't get offended anymore. Because I noticed both sides ask that. So so why am I getting upset, Calm down. Just don't need to get upset. Okay. So funny fact is, my family has actually been here in Texas since this was Mexico. Okay, there was a flood. I don't know when. I don't know. I don't know. This is just what I've been told, and it might all be lies. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't looked it up, but this was Mexico. Okay, on my grandmother's side, my mom's side. Excuse me. My dad's side, they are from Mexico. My grandfather, my dad's dad, and my grandmother, they came from Mexico when they were young. They're like 14. They're like 13, 14. They were already I think they were already married. And they came from Monterrey, and they came here to America. My mom, my grandmother met my grandfather in the fields. They were picking cotton actually in Florida is where they met, and they just my grandfather is actually from like deep in Mexico. And he came here by himself. His family had they had I believe they still have a lot of money. I'm not too sure. They had a lot of money. He had money was no expense, like nothing. Like he could have whatever he wanted, anything. But he didn't want that life, and he I don't know why. I don't know why, so don't ask me. I never met him. I don't know why. And he moved here to America. He came by himself. He was the same, like 13, 14 years old. And he lived by himself here. But I believe his whole life he was always trying to impress his father. I believe. I believe that's what his downfall was in the end. I'll get into that story later. We're not getting too deep into stuff like that. Okay, but then so yeah, so my there was some sort of flood, okay, that was lower down in Texas, which is today Texas. So I think we were probably more towards the valley, and there was this huge flood, and then they had to move a little bit more up, which is here where we're at, and this is where we've been, and then it turned into Texas. So that was a long time ago for that. I don't know, but excuse me, it wasn't like a huge flood. It was just a flood whatever, wherever village they were at. Anyways, so there's that. So that's how long we've been here. I've always been here. I don't know any other hood. Okay, so don't tell me to leave. So, anyways, so there's that. Okay, and yeah, so a lot of our friends from up north, they don't really know how it is down here. But yes, we do have paved roads, and we're not on dirt roads, and we all speak English. Actually, we all and the reason why a lot of us speak English and not Spanish, okay, is because when my mom was born in the 60s, excuse me, and all she spoke was Spanish. My mom speaks mostly Spanish. She doesn't speak a lot of English. Excuse me. No, my mom does speak English now, but when she was younger, when she was in school, she didn't speak she didn't speak too much English, and used to get in trouble at school for speaking Spanish. They would get That was back when they used to like spank children and stuff like that. So used to get spanked by the teacher if you used to speak Spanish. So her, it was embedded in her head. Everybody else around that generation, you can't speak Spanish. They prevented us from speaking Spanish like in public, or to people who didn't know Spanish. So as we got older, we all spoke mostly English. Actually, my first language was Spanish. Believe it or not, I don't really speak too good Spanish. I don't know what happened. Don't ask. As people say, I don't know. I think they're just being nice to me. People in Mexico say I speak really good Spanish. I think they're just being nice. But anyway, so there's that. So yeah, so a lot. So then there's a shortage of people who spoke Spanish as we got older. Excuse me. That's why you get paid a little bit more if you speak Spanish at certain jobs here. And also, excuse me. I'm sorry. Like I'm just not feeling good, and I just keep on coughing. It's all just in my throat. It's nothing major. Calm down. It's nothing major. Anyways, so yeah, so there's that. Also, um, hang on, wait a minute. Yeah, so there's like actually a lot of people that I know don't even speak Spanish well. If they do, it's like the Tex-Mex Spanish, and then there's like the Spanish. My sister-in-law speaks the Spanish. Like anything I need to know, she's in my Mexican dictionary. She's my go-to girl, okay, because she knows everything Spanish. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what? You understand what I mean, okay? I'm struggling here. You understand what I mean, right? So actually, that's the thing I want to do is like, I actually want to learn more Spanish so I can. Oh, and then I want to learn more sign language. I know a little bit of sign language too, just a little bit. I'm like a pre-kinder in sign language, but I want to sharpen up my language skills, my communication skills, because I need to work on that with a lot of people. Actually, there's some people that I just go off on for no reason. I need to stop that. Okay, so there's that. Those are goals. Okay, so Thanksgiving. What do I normally have for Thanksgiving? Okay, I have only thrown a handful of Thanksgiving parties at my home. I've only hosted a few times, and so I make turkey, obviously, mashed potatoes, macaroni, green bean casserole. I make sweet potato pie, and fun fact: there's only like two, three people in my family. I'm sorry, there were four people that used to eat sweet potato pie. One was my brother who passed away. The other one is me. The other one is my brother John and my cousin Chuck. Those are the only people in the family that will ever eat. So I make a little one. Um, so yeah, there's that. What else do I make? Don't I make something else? Oh yeah, cornbread, corn. Sometimes I'll make a ham, depending on how many people are coming. Now, I not only do I cook everything, I also bake all the pies. Yes, I do. I sure do. And I don't know how I used to do it to where I used to cook everything and also work that day. Because this year I was supposed to host it, but I decided not to because I'm trying not to overwork myself. And I decided not to. So, yeah. So this year I'm actually not hosting Thanksgiving. And I'm not making anything for Thanksgiving. What? What? I know. It feels kind of weird because it's a couple of days away, but I've just been so busy. I feel bad because I wanted to do something for my son and my daughter this year because last year was very traumatic for them or for my son. My daughter wasn't living here, and I don't want that to be our last Thanksgiving. There was a lot of crying. It was really bad. Now that I think about it, so I might be going out and buying a chicken or something. Not a turkey, but chicken. I don't even know. They're saying there's gonna be a shortage of turkey, so I'm gonna have to do something like that to make up for last year. Yeah, last year was pretty bad. Anyways, so yeah, but yeah, I usually make everything, so I don't know how I used to do it. I don't know how, but I did. I can't see myself doing that today and going to work because I work this year. So yeah. Anyway, so what do y'all usually have for Thanksgiving? And here's the controversial question. Okay, this is the big one. Okay. Oh, and also I'm remembering Thanksgiving was my brother's favorite holiday because my brother was a fat boy. He used to love to eat. Yeah. Okay. I miss him so much. Things have been coming up that remind me of him a lot. Yeah. Okay. So here's a controversial question. Two of them. Okay. This is the hot spot for Thanksgiving. Okay. I don't want anybody fighting, but look, do you or do you not like cranberry sauce? Jellied sauce. Jellied, the one in the can. Oh yeah, and I make stuffing because that's how I eat my cranberry sauce on my stuffing. It has to go together. It has to. Or it doesn't even have to, honestly. With the turkey, oh my God, I just like putting it on top of the turkey and the stuffing. And it is so good. And we have to. That stupid can of cranberry sauce that we always forget at the last minute. I am always on that day if HEB or whatever is open. That day I'm over there in a long ass line with one can of cranberry sauce. Yeah, that's me. Oh, I always forget it. And I can't have Thanksgiving dinner without the fucking sauce. Okay. Last year, I think they didn't have any, and I had to buy the cranberry, the berries, the whole berries. I'm like, what is this crap? But actually, it was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. I just boiled it down a lot more and jellied it myself. Okay. That's what I did. But it was pretty good. Also, the other controversial question, we had our Thanksgiving dinner yesterday at work. Here it is. You ready? Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie? There's this guy at work. He was black, and they had pumpkin pie, and he was like, "What is this? This better not be. This better not be pumpkin pie. The hell is this crap?" He thought it was sweet potato pie. He's like, "I'm gonna eat it, but I'm gonna complain later." He's like, "You show up to a black person's house with a pumpkin pie, you're not gonna be invited next year." I couldn't stop laughing because I always make pumpkin pie. Actually, I make both, but I don't make it the sweet potato pie that I make. Um I don't blend or mix the sweet potatoes smooth. It's still chunky, like, because I cube up the sweet potatoes, but I don't blend them. Like, it doesn't look like a pumpkin pie. It's like how do you say it? It's in cubes, and that's how I bake it, like that. And then I add the stuff on it. I don't blend it like that. So it doesn't even look like a pumpkin pie. So you wouldn't be confused. But I do actually make both of them. Sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie. And I also make cheesecake because my mother-in-law used to love cheesecake, so I used to make her cheesecake. Um, and then my one year I made apple pie because Chris's side, they wanted apple pie, so I made them apple pie. Whatever people want. Whatever the people want, I'll make it. but but yeah, so I used to do everything and then go to work. I don't know how I used to do it. I don't know how. I think I used to just prep the stuff the night before, and nobody would help me. Like, I didn't have help. Like, I did it by myself. So I would prep the stuff. I want to say, I think I used to wake up fucking early, right? And then because I used to work 6 to 2, so I would put the turkey in while I was at work, I want to say. But the turkeys I make, they don't take that long. And I would make 25-pound turkeys because I used to get the biggest one, or 30-pound or whatever pounds they are, because I make them in turkey bags. And it only takes like 4 hours. Like, the turkey bags cut down the time, and you don't have to baste them. So it comes out juicy as fuck. Okay, you just put a shitload of butter. I used to put, like, I don't know how many sticks of butter on it, and everybody loved my turkeys. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I just I don't know. Like, the first time I made it was good. So, but as the years went by, it got better because I got used to it. But yeah, I've always made it in a turkey bag. That's another thing. I've never not made it in a turkey bag. So there you go. Because I'm like, I'm not going to be babysitting a turkey. I have to go to work. So that's why I used turkey bag. And my mom's the one that told me. So there you go. Don't forget your turkey bags or your cranberry sauce, okay? Anyways, so I hope all of y'all have a good Thanksgiving. I hope y'all do. I would be kind of sad because now that I'm thinking about it, last year was really sad about this time. And Thanksgiving was really bad. And now I'm starting to think about it for some reason. But okay, we'll turn this around. All right, we'll turn this around. Okay, so what I will say is, me compared to last year Thanksgiving, this year's a lot brighter. Okay, I have a lot. I have a lot more understanding about life. I'm a lot happier. I'm very content with myself. I'm very confident with myself. It's coming back, people. My confidence is coming back. And I have so much that I'm so thankful for and so grateful for. And I'm trying not to cry. But I'm so thankful for a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of things have turned around for the better. And I'm so thankful for so much. Like, I am very, very blessed. I am so grateful for everything. I really am. And I'm trying not to cry so hard. If I compare myself to last year was really bad. It was very bad. It was the beginning. It really was. It really was the beginning. Well, all I can say is whatever you're going through right now, just don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. And it's okay to put yourself first because this is your life you are living. It's yours. And if you, the main character in your life, is not happy, then you're not living your life. Now, are you? You're living somebody else's life. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right. I'll let y'all go now. Bye.